Hello, Michelle here from Bloomella and welcome to another Bloom in 5 video. Today we are painting blood oranges. Over on Patreon we had a vote for the last Bloom in 5 of the month and it was iridescent beetles versus blood oranges, and as you can see blood oranges won, but don't worry, there's lots more voting available on Patreon coming up soon if you would like to head over there, and you can join for free or the paid membership to learn more on tutorials. And also there will be iridescent beetles still coming up soon, do not worry. So as you can see, I have sketched out, which is all available on Patreon. On here I just show the quick version, but if you would like to watch the full tutorial where I talk through the colours, the sketching, include the sketches, all the image references and downloads for the palette, that's all over on Patreon. So as you can see, I've sketched out the different versions of the blood orange. We have our whole fruit with our leaves. We have a half orange, which is the one I'm painting now. I have a one with a whole orange with leaves and some white flowers, some little fruit blossom. On the bottom left I have a fruit segment chunk, like a little slice of the orange, and at the bottom in the middle I have a thin slice that we can paint there as well. So you can see for our first one I've just laid down a really pretty cardamom orange and also a little bit of Indian yellow, and I've just created that highlight. On our next one, on the blood oranges, they have super pretty graduated colours, so yellow to orange to red in the centre, which we've recreated here. And we've left a little bit outside as well, like a little border. Then I'm just painting the main bulk of the orange on our one on the far right here. I've just used a little bit of a darker shade under the blossom just to create that shadow, and we've got a couple of oranges going on there, like we've used a pretty field orange, cardamom orange, and again some Indian yellow. And now we're creating our leaves using a really pretty terra verde and a viridian, and you can always add a bit of yellow as well to offer a little bit of variety to those leaves. And now we've moved on to our fourth blood orange, so we're just wetting the area and creating this really pretty graduation using the colours on the palette that we've already used, our cardamom orange, some really nice crimson and some of that yellow as well. And then the blood oranges have these really pretty speckled outer sections, so I've just created that using the wet on wet technique to allow some of that to blur out. And now we're moving on to our final blood orange, and we're just creating that nice border using a smaller brush here. We're just mixing in that and adding in our little segments using a wet on wet technique to create those segments, leaving some little highlighted areas for the white shine of light hitting it. And you can see this is coming together really nicely, so I work my way all the way around. And you can drop in some of that orange colour as well, or even like a little bit of red orange just to create that variation in the segments. And you can see I'm just going back over them as they're drying slightly and adding in some more of those colours. And I've created more defined segments initially, which you can close in later, because it's always better to start with those thicker individual segments as outlines and close them rather than having them too tight and not being able to adjust them later. So as you can see, we've got quite defined segments laid out here. Now we're just waiting for our layers to dry, and then we can head back to orange number 1. This is what I love about painting lots of different elements, because you can wait for the different stages to dry and come back to them as you need. As you can see on our first blood orange, we're just laying down some more of that really pretty orange, some of that cardamom orange and that Indian yellow mixed together, and then you can start to add your deeper values as well, and adding some darker reds mixed in as well. And you can see my hands are gesticulating as I'm talking through what I'm creating here and the different effects. And then I'm also building up some of that nice green for the leaves and adding in the different colours as we go, just to make it seem a little bit more realistic with the form, and adding a bit more detail using the tip of the brush, just dropping in some extra colours there. And we've just done a little dark background leaf. As you can see, I managed to smudge it, which is classic because I'm very clumsy, so often smudging the paper, and then I just show you how to fix it there using a bit of paper towel and a wet clean brush. Then on the blood orange number 2, we're just painting around the very edge of the orange, and we're just sort of using a stippling effect just to stagger that onto the orange and just move that around the border. So we just work our way around using those pretty oranges and yellows. It's a little bit lighter at the top and a little bit darker at the bottom, so we create that with these different pigments as we go along that I've mentioned. And again, just dropping in some of the blood red colour, really pretty like crimson that we've created with like an orange, and we just mix that round for the blood, sort of blood orange colour that we're trying to create. And then now we want to create the highlighted segment areas, so we're going to do this by using a staggered effect, and we're building this up all the way to the bottom and adding some darker colour at the side, again for form, and this creates a really pretty effect. I've never actually tried a blood orange, so I'd be quite interested to try one. I've never seen them in the supermarkets that I know of. They might sell them online supermarkets, so I'm going to investigate that and see if I can purchase one, and hopefully I can paint one in person, which would be really good fun to do as well, because I'm just using reference images for this, as I mentioned. So I'm just using a variety of colours, matching it as closely as possible to the image, and just creating those segments with leaving some little highlighted areas for the shimmer of the light and the detail within the half blood orange. And I'm just using a smaller brush to make in that detail, and then I'm going to move over to the other side. This was quite an intense process of just checking that I had all of the correct colours and the way it goes down and graduates, so just making sure that that all looked cohesive in the design of the blood orange. And then you can see on the other side I'm just zipping through and painting this to match as well. So this was a really fun process, creating these graduated colours, and we're just creating a really pretty overlay from that initial layer, and that allows that colour to just poke through and to create that lovely highlighted colour as well. I really love this colour palette. I think all of the colours really remind me of fruity cocktails and like sangria and sort of beach time memories, so, and sunsets as well, where we've got the yellow, the orange and the red. It's like super pretty and tropical. I would say getting in a spring mood, and it was really sunny yesterday when I was painting these, but unfortunately today it's gone really chilly and quite cloudy and a little bit drizzly today, so unfortunately the cocktails are not out at the moment, but hopefully soon. So I am actually going on holiday in about 2 weeks to Mallorca, so I'm really excited to cover that, depending on when you watch this video, but it will all be covered on my Patreon, some highlights, some tutorials, and me painting in the sun, I hope. So that will be interesting to cover that for you guys. So I'm really excited about that, and to paint some different flowers and yeah, various scenes over there. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and I will definitely have a cocktail over there. So as you can see, we're just working on the leaves. We've added a little bit more orange to the base on our one with the fruit blossom. We've added a little bit more of that colour underneath to create that depth, and we've left that highlight at the front of the fruit, and we're adding a bit more detail to the pretty fruit leaves. We've got a little bit of teal going on and some lighter green yellow shades that we've mixed, and almost a little bit of olive, and then we're tying that all together with this really pretty dark olive colour. And we're also moving on in a second to our segment, and again we're just going around the edge, really creating that edge skin detail of the fruit and just creating that contrast with the middle area. There's quite a white section down the middle of the fruit, so we're just allowing that to show the contrast between the segment and those whiter areas as well. And we're just adding in the graduated segment effect here, as you can see, leaving those highlighted areas and moving to the end where it's super deep rich colour. And to create this rich colour, I really like to use a crimson or any red that you have, especially if it's a deep red, and then you can also add a little bit of violet, which really brings up that rich colour, and as you can see it makes a big difference with the graduated effect. So we've gone from our pretty lemon yellow to a really nice bright orange. You can use like a cardamom orange, moving into more of a field orange, moving into more of a crimson, and then our crimson with violet mix. So you can see that's created this really pretty colour palette, and we use these colours pretty much throughout the painting session and study. And then again we're just going around the edge, building up that peel that you can see visible on the fruit slice. And now I'm going in and just adding almost like a teardrop effect on these individual little segments of the blood orange, and depending on the area. Some of them look a little bit more teardrops, some of them look a little bit more lines, and again we're using that really pretty red and orange mix and red, orange and violet mix. And I simply work my way around the slice, just duplicating what you can see here, just using the tip of my brush to create these individual shapes and leaving those highlighted areas again that are caught by the light and a bit more reflective, and just to represent the segments themselves and the different details within them. So this was a really fun study. I haven't painted a blood orange in a long time, and I really love painting fruit because you can get in some really nice form and details, but you could also have them quite loose and finished. Even our first orange on the page, you could leave that as it is, as a practice orange, a bit of a warm-up session, and just have fun with it and create like that would look really fun as a repeated pattern or on like a card or something. So you don't have to go super detailed if you just want to have a little bit of fun with it. But we are going back over and adding some more detail and adding some more layers to it. Not hyper realistic, but a loose realistic type creative study that we're doing. And you can see I'm just talking through with my hands as I'm filming, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more detail to that top leaf, just adding a little bit of shadow. Also you can add a little bit of Payne's grey to your greens. That really helps just create that sort of darker value to your leaves. And then we're just adding a nice bit of orange around the border here, just to create that darkness which contrasts really nicely with the highlight. And again, I managed to catch something on the border there, so I'm just tidying that up. And then just adding the little top part, the little stalk to the top of the orange, but I'm really pleased with this one so far. And we're just adding in a little bit of that purple crimson mix just to create that depth at the bottom, and a little bit round the border. Again, just adding a few of those final little details. I will show you a close-up video image at the end so you can see a little bit more detailed how it all turned out. And I'm just adding a bit more detail to our final one and adding in that last leaf. I had to wait to paint that in case you were like, why is she not painting in that leaf? Because it was so close to the orange border, and I kept painting that first, building up the orange layers, and I just didn't want that to bleed together. So you have to be a little bit careful with watercolour, just to make sure that you're not going to bleed your colours together where you don't want them to bleed. Sometimes if you're painting like a really pretty bouquet, it doesn't really matter if the stems bleed into the leaves and the petals and it's all a bit loose, then that doesn't bother me as much. But if I'm creating something like this, then I want the leaves to look like leaves and I don't want them to bleed onto the orange, and that really helps create the composition and the depth that the orange is below the leaf as well. So now, as you can see, I'm really pleased with all of our 5 studies that we've done, and we're just adding in those real final details built up to our last darkest layer, and just adding in some of those little washes as well to complete the look. And I'm really pleased with how our segments have turned out. Adding those really pretty darker shades really helps add that final detail and that little touch that makes it seem more realistic, and you can see a lot of the highlights showing through as well. So I really hope you enjoyed painting that. And we're also moving on to our final orange detail on the one with the fruit blossom. So we're just adding that in, and just, it was sort of a really pretty lime green, so I just added a little bit of that and a little bit of grey around the flowers, not too detailed, and a little bit of shadow as well under our fruit blossom, and just added the bottom of that orange in as well. And you can see that's turned out really prettily. And back to our first orange, just adding in a little bit more of that vein detail on the leaf. So I really hope you enjoyed watching all of these blood oranges, and if you give them a go, don't forget to tag me on social media. My Instagram handle is @bloomella, and if you would like to join us over on Patreon, then you are more than welcome. So I can't wait to see you in my next tutorial. Thank you so much.